Hi guys, welcome to my first video. Today we're going to see how to build a simple house in Sims 4 and how to decorate it as well. Before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more gaming videos. So first things first, we're going to find some inspiration photos from Pinterest in order to have in mind what kind of aesthetic we want to give to our build, but at the same time learn from other creators. I found a house that is giving cottagecore vibes, which is exactly what I was looking for. The creator's name is Noemi, I think I pronounced it correctly. So before we start, we are going to press the T button from your keyboard so we are able to see what we are building from above like a floor plan. In my opinion, the most important thing about house building in Sims 4 is knowing the basic measurements for rooms in a house. For example, the minimum measurement for a bath should be 2 by 3 blocks, for a bedroom should be 4 by 4, and for a living room should be 5 to 6. That helps us in order to have an idea about how designing a house works by not building huge rooms for no reason. At first, this is me trying not to make my building look flat by adding various rooms and shapes to my floor plan, because the secret to building, I think, is not making your builds look flat. That way you have an interesting shape that won't disappoint you. While building, you have to keep in mind how you want the arrangement to be. Meaning, I already know that I want 2 entrances to the house, the front door and the back door, which I will call them mud rooms because in cottagecore houses we must have those. These rooms will both lead to the living room and the kitchen will be a whole other room. So your floor plan should look like this. The rest of the house is going to be on the first floor, which there will be the bedroom, the bathroom, etc. On the first floor, I added a big square because by the roofing design I can make it look much more interesting. Of course, by elevating your house, we will make it look much more realistic. We are able to add materials, texture at the base of our building. So I am aware that roof design can be kinda difficult, but my secret is the more the better. You can't just put one single roof on your building. You have to keep adding smaller and different shapes of roofs in order to end up with a beautiful design. So I'm just going to keep adding roofs to every surface. By that, I can create a cute porch that my sim can spend time with her dog or even have lunch. As you can see, I added a roof that is facing the direction of where I want my front door to be. In that way, I can point very easily where the entrance is. Just make sure that the porch's roofs are not too tall because we are going to add windows and decorations on the first floor. To save time, you can always copy the roofs and rotate them with the less than and greater than buttons on your keyboard wherever and however you guys like. Now, it's very important that the color palette you are going to choose is complementing the building's aesthetic and the colors and textures match. At that point, I chose that particular fence for the porch because it's going to look really good with my dark wooden floor. To make myself clear, everything doesn't have to be the same color but different shades for a house designed to look good. You can get inspired by the nature around you. For example, nature's color matches are very possible to look great all the time. Blue and yellow, red and green, and brown and green, which I'm going to be using for this video. Almost in every build that I make in Sims 4, I use columns since it's going to give to my building a more realistic aspect, and I feel like it won't look good if a porch has a roof that floats. In any case, I chose a stairs color and textures that match my floors. For the roofing design, I chose a tile roof to add another vintage feel. Now I'm going to delete the floor on the chimney that I previously built and select my chimney of choice. So you're going to open your cheat console by pressing Ctrl and Shift and C. Then type testing cheats true and press the enter button, and finally type bb.move objects on and press enter. Click on the object and press the number 9 on your keyboard to raise it and the number 0 to lower it. For the walls on the ground floor, I picked a stone look that goes up to the chimney, and for the first floor I chose a light wood exterior. Now for the windows, I think is one of the best ways to make a statement with, meaning even if you have a plain design so far, with colorful windows your build is automatically elevated. For my build, I don't want to add huge windows, there is no reason to do that. I only add small windows with shutters around the house. I forgot to mention that for this build I'm going to use a lot of things from the cottage living expansion pack. At the top of the windows I decided to add a roof matching awning to avoid flat boring exterior walls by adding some extra details. For my front door I went with a pining for window door from Cottage Living expansion pack in the color green. Similar thing at the back door, I used the Deep Thoughts door, again from the Cottage Living in a brown shade. You can also add small windows to your roof to make it look like an attic. For the roof, always remember to use roof trim. I used the square roof trim in a brown shade that is almost the same shade of brown as my fences. For my little balcony door, I used the luxury loft sliding door in white from Moschino Stuff Pack. Now it's time for the floors. Now the tile is not facing at the direction I want. To change that, make sure to have by the tile button selected, which is located on the top of the floor categories. Then, while hovering over the desired location, use the key button less than and greater than to rotate the tiles. I was looking for something with a vintage feel and I believe I found the best option. For the foundation, I'm using the Woody from Base Game in again a brown shade. A nice little detail that a lot of people don't notice is that you can actually edit the wall under the stairs. A great option for exterior decoration is adding wall plants. I believe that it gives the illusion that your house has been built for some time now and, I don't know, it looks like a house straight up from a fairy tale. It's finally time for the interior. I always start by adding the floors first and then arranging the floor plan. Please don't forget to always foresee where the stairs are going to be at your building. If you actually forget, you may have to change your whole floor plan. In this build, I chose an old-looking staircase and a floor matching railing. Then I deleted the wall where I want to put my fireplace at. We can't go wrong by choosing a vintage looking wall lamp, right? To change the handle direction of a door in a Sims 4, you can simply, while you have it selected, to just right click and there you go. At that moment I decided to change the back door with a crocheted flower door. Then I chose the most granny style wallpaper in red because in my mind the house belonged to a grandma, maybe hers, but anyway it was somebody's grandmother's house and my sim decided to get away from the city and move in to a cottage with her dog and be a farmer for a living. So in my mind I want to keep exterior and interior character and maybe change small things like renovating the bathrooms, for example. Next, I decided to go with a modern looking couch because with that I give the feeling that she bought it while she was living in the city. So far you can get that the whole concept of building is not just adding walls, windows, maybe some decor to get a nice result. It's more than that. As you can see, I created in my mind the whole backstory of who was the original owner of the house and my sim came from a different city and so on. So far my build looks like somebody actually lives there and at the same time it looks so cozy. I also added some more details at the front of my build, like some square hay bales, because he's a farmer. Now we can go without placing some dog stuff like a pet feeder and dog bed. I found some old pictures and decorated my plain walls. That is a way to show off how authentic my lot is. Now I chose a vintage truck that is actually a kid's toy and I scaled it up to a real looking car. Always put many plants and flowers around the house. It looks so realistic and makes your Sims 4 build so much prettier. For the first floor, the first thing I did is to split it in rooms. I need 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So your floor plan should look like this. The second bedroom was originally going to be just an office, but I thought that maybe in the future she wants to have a kid or a guest. In that way it would be convenient. Now for the bathrooms, I went with a theme, pink bathroom and a blue one. It's basically the same decoration but in different colors instead of doing the same exactly design 2 times. Don't forget to shave frequently. Also, some very important stuff for your gameplay is to have a smoke alarm in your kitchen and a thermostat. A nice idea is to never leave empty corridors. If there is free space, you can add a narrow table and some decorations on it. For the balcony, I chose to make a cute relaxing space for my sim by placing a comfy couch, a nice rug and a coffee table. Only with these 3 furniture, I created a pretty simple balcony where my sim can hang out at. Have a simple building and yet a really cozy with character house. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!